Welcome to my video. This is just going to be a quick rundown on trusting the process. Um, Trusting the process is basically a concept that I've gotten very familiar with and want to share it with you guys. And trusting the process is like mentally being able to have trust in the process that you're going through, physically being able to have trust in the process that you're going through, emotionally being able to have trust in the process that you're going through, and spiritually being able to have trust in the process that you're going through. And when it comes to anything you're dealing with on your path, anything that comes your way, anything that you have to go through, anything that you have to deal with, anything that happens or occurs, trusting the process that through that experience and through that situation and through that occurrence, you are, like I said, trusting what you're going through, trusting the experience that you're in, trusting the mind state that you're going into the experience with, trusting the physical ability you have to protect yourself in the process that you're going through, trusting your emotional strength and your emotional power to be um, strong enough to go through whatever it is that you're going through when it comes to trusting the process that you're going through, and spiritually trusting the process by being presently aware that you are a strong spiritual individual and that you are a strong spirit, and that whatever it is that you go through, you're going to remain in good spirits, that you're going to remain in strong spirits, and that you're going to remain in trusting the process spirits, where you're not doubting the process. You're not doubting the way that you're thinking about things when it comes to mentally. You're not doubting the way that you're moving when it comes to the actions that you have when it comes to physically. You're not doubting your emotional reaction, your emotional, let's say, state of being when it comes to the process that you're going through. You're not doubting that. You're not doubting the spiritual space or the spiritual, astral plane of existence maybe that you're on, or the space that you're in when it comes to spiritually. You're not doubting that. You're trusting the process spiritually. You're trusting the process emotionally. You're trusting the process when it comes to physically, and you're trusting the process when it comes mentally. Matter of fact, whatever it is, and whoever it is, and whenever it is, and whatever it is that is occurring, trust the process, because what you're going through is a process. So going through that process is all about having to go into those experiences, having to deal with these certain experiences, having to um, trust the mentality and the mental state of being that you carry with yourself, trust the mental strength and the mental awareness that you have when it comes to you as a being, trusting that, and trusting the physical state, the physical space that you're in, the strength that you have as a physical vessel, the ability that you have to move the correct way when it comes to physically through whatever process you're going through, and trusting that, and being able to have an emotional experience or an emotional awareness that is grander of the experience that you're in. Therefore, you can trust that emotional state of being to make certain decisions. You can trust that process that you're going through when it comes emotionally to make, qualified, not qualified, but make accurate decisions, and decisions that are based upon trusting the process, not doubting decisions, not things that are against anything of that nature, whatever you may be experiencing. And when it comes to, spiritually, having trust in the fact that you're a strong spirit, having trust in that you should be on the right spiritual journey, you should be on the right spiritual path, regardless of what it is that you're going through, regardless of what it looks like when it comes to physically, regardless of what kind of mental state of being you are in when it comes to mentally, regardless of what emotional state of being you are when it comes to emotionally. Trusting the process spiritually, realizing that whatever it is, whatever the experience that I am going through, I am growing, and I am able to be having trust in that process, having trust in whatever I'm going through, you know. Um, and how do you gain this kind of trust? Well, you gain this trust by going through experiences. You gain the mental trust by knowing that you can, you know, hold yourself to a certain uh, mental state, or hold yourself to a certain mental power, or a mental ability to have perseverance through whatever it is that you're going through. You are a strong-minded individual and you are in a strong state of mind when it comes to mentally. How do you build this trust when it comes to physically? Well, you are reminded that you are a strong being when it comes to physically, not only with your uh, physical strength that you have at your disposal, but the ability that you have to physically be strong in your actions, be strong in the way that you move in the physical, be strong in the abilities that you have to um, have influence in the physical state of being, the abilities that you have to be protected when it comes to your physical state of being. That's how you build trust when it comes to physically. And how do you build trust when it comes to emotionally? Well, you build that trust emotionally by having a good track record of, I'm emotionally strong. I'm emotionally independent from things that are aside from or in root of me doubting the process. I'm emotionally independent from things that are going to hold me back. Therefore, I know that my emotional state of being is pure, or my emotional state of being is balanced, in order for me to be able to trust the process when it comes emotionally and not feel held back when it comes emotionally. And when it comes to trusting the process as far as spiritually, building up the trust that you're constantly on a spiritual journey or fulfilling your spiritual purpose is a way that you can build up the trust in order to trust that process when it comes to, spiritually, and continuing on being a strong spirit, whatever it is that you're going through, and being in trusting spirits, whatever path that you are finding yourself on. When it comes to like an example, I'm just going to give you guys an example, and then I'm going to close out this video. This is just a part 1 on trusting the process. Currently, I am mentally having mental stress, due to a headache that I'm experiencing when it comes to something that I'm experiencing physically, but mentally, the process I'm going through is nonetheless making a video, getting out some wisdom, getting out some knowledge for you guys in order for me to not stay stagnant. Even though I'm experiencing some pain and that's having me deal with some mental strife, I'm trusting the process mentally that I know after this that I'm going to be able to heal. I know these things, and I know that I'm going to structure my mind state in a way where I'm going to heal this headache. And when it comes to physically, I'm trusting the process that, just that being said, I'm experiencing a lot of pain when it comes to mental or physically when it comes to this headache that I'm experiencing, that I've been experiencing for probably the last, I don't know, 8 hours. But I'm realizing that I'm trusting the process, knowing that they always go away. Of course, sometimes they're uh, pretty stubborn to go away. I'm still going to trust the process, knowing that if I put in this work right now, even though I'm exerting myself, even though I'm feeling in excruciating pain physically, throughout and through all, I will trust the process, and I will be in a better space when it comes to getting out from this, getting through this. And when it comes to emotionally, I could emotionally react to the situation and say, man, I really don't want to, or I hate having these headaches, or I don't feel good when I have these headaches, or whatever that may be. Sure, I can be aware of those emotions and whatever that may be, but I'm going to trust the process that emotionally, when I do clear this out physically, when I do experience that freedom from this headache when it comes to mentally, that emotionally I'm going to be able to take ease and be able to decompress when it comes emotionally, and not be so focused on feeling excruciating feelings, or reacting to the world in such, let's say, aggravating, seeing it through an aggravating lens when it comes to emotionally. And when it comes to spiritually, I'm continuing on trusting the process spiritually by using an example that I'm going through now. By dealing with some physical pain, I'm going to have some spiritual birth, and by doing that process, I'm going to spiritually put out a message. I'm going to spiritually put out something that is a part of my path, and I'm going to spiritually continue on my journey and continue on doing the spiritual work that needs to be done regardless of what I'm going through. So just a quick lesson on trusting the process, whatever it is that you're going through, whether that be mentally, spiritually, physically, or emotionally. Trust the process and continue to trust what you are going through, because through that you're going to gain many things when it comes to mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Trust the process.